And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network, live tonight at the Michigan International Speedway. It is race number 3 of the Saturday night special known as the Bomb Squad Racing League Christmas Spectacular Series, and it comes to you live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Full Velocity Racing Network. Been a long day of coverage. Phil LaCasse here, Todd Stanton back alongside, Jack Chewin on the controls. What is going to be an awesome night of racing, Todd. We come back to the home roots of NR 2003 for this special occasion. You know, you were here the last couple of weeks. My first trip out with this great league and this great series. So great to be back here, you know, filling in for Blake, I guess, this week, because he'll have this chair next week. But race number 3 and a great car count, 22 cars at Michigan on a Saturday night. I'm itching to get rolling. How about yourself?
Yeah, definitely itching to get rolling to see what's going to happen here. Michigan Open setup field here tonight. Definitely going to be a fantastic race. I got the co-chair there with Blake McCandless last week. Blake definitely not happy about being here tonight. Wanted to be with us, but next week I believe we may even have a 3-man booth next week, so it'll be interesting.
Hey, why not? Let's finish this series up in style next week. I'm all for it. Hopefully he'll be back here as well. But, guys, we're about ready to get down there. Racing, qualifying is complete. So before we get gridded and get going with tonight's 80-lap main event, let's throw this thing trackside. Let's pay honor to this great nation, the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, the playing of our national anthem. All right, back here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, presented by Voiles Trucking. Got to thank Brian and Kathy Voiles for having us out here on the network, and of course here tonight at the Bomb Squad Racing League, where Brian does all the work over here. Got to thank, of course, folks at Hanover Record Service, iRacingIFlag.com. Of course, thank J-Max Journeys will be there. J-Max Strong coming up on Monday night. A great broadcast over there with those guys over there at Southern Dirt Racing Series. Also have to thank BladeNode.com. The South Texas Speedway, Miller Media and Design, TDR Racing League, Team Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, and JP Designs, all the great sponsors that make up the Full Velocity Racing Network, where we're about to go at it for 200 miles. I guess you can call it the Full Velocity 450 we're doing today here, Todd. We make the trip back to Michigan after spending the day in Atlanta. Well, what do you say? Let's try this old school style Full Velocity Racing Network Voiles Trucking starting lineup.
And your pole sitter here this evening, driving the number 37 machine. That'll be Denny Daniels. His dancing part of the outside. The 029, that'll be Kilojoules.
Row number 2 on the inside, on board car number 99. We've seen this gentleman win a championship a few nights ago at the Fast Racing League. That, of course, is Brandon Hawken, and alongside in the number 096, that is Chevy Chase on the outside, row 2.
Rick Craddock in the number 22 rolls off in position number 5, and BSR Magoo in the 144 rolling off 6th.
Greg Lovell rolling off 7th tonight aboard the number 088 and alongside the number 91, last week's winner, BSR DJ Champ.
Bill Nelly rolling off in position number 9 in the 103, and Manny Diaz aboard the 710 rolling off 10.
BSR Steven rolls off the 510. He'll roll off 11th and alongside the number 193 of Ricky Johnson.
13 starting position sees the number 33 of BSR Jimmy Dale, and then A. Miller in the number 86 rolling off 14th.
There's Andrew Miller rolling off 14th. Robert Balcom rolling off position 15 aboard the 118 alongside the number 4. That is Silver Bullet.
Rolling off 17th will be the 21 of Aussie Bill. And then outside of him, with number 21 of Steve Looney.
Ryan Voiles rolls off to board car number 68 with the number 29 alongside of Brian Wolf.
Next row, back we'll see Brian Wolf aboard the number 29 machine in the 028 of Monte Keller.
BSR Brain Fade brings the number 49 out from 23rd and rolling off shotgun on the field aboard car number 59. That is Ryan Johnson. So that'll be the field where I got 24 cars here for a green flag. Let's go trackside.
Start your engines.
Good job, Phil. Bad timing on that one. You missed the command to give engines, hey, a little bit of rusty at this. It's been a long day. What more can we say? But we're getting a rock and roll. 2 miles around this Michigan International Speedway. Track facts presented by our friends at the South Texas Speedway. Really long, sweeping, D-shaped oval here in the Irish foothills of Michigan. A lot of high speeds. And now you come out here, Michigan's always a place, Todd, that fixed setup-wise traditionally, you've always had to have a setup under you that was really free early on to let it come to you. Now you talk about open setups. Is that going to be the same concept, you think, here?
It's definitely, you're definitely going to have some different gear choices out there that'll make the difference in maybe the fuel selection for the cars, maybe the fuel mileage, I should say, even the selection there towards the end of it. Michigan, always a fuel mileage race. I don't think the open setups are going to make it any different.
All right, well, I see Nick out there in the Facebook Live chat saying echo is a little bit down. Said Laura said it's okay. So, hey, you out there watching, listening to us, let us know. Sound volume is okay. Sounds okay on my end through the headset.
Sounds okay on mine, too.
Sounds okay. So, I don't know if Dick was just having an issue out there with the
maybe double broadcast?
Maybe. Could be. Who knows?
That could be heck.
The last thing I ever want to have is my voice or your voice echoing in our head for hours, because I already hear your voice enough when I go to sleep. So, hey,
just because it's sexy.
I kind of wish you had what I can see on the screen there, Todd, because we see a Chevrolet Corvette pace car about to pull in. I forgot. It's been a while since I've been in a Gen 6 mod. I'm looking in my simulator, and I see the old DRTV van pulling off the racetrack. Holy, old school is that? What do you say? Let's go racing here. 80 laps around the iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag going in the air.
Yeah, the green flag going out. It's going to be Denny Daniels and the number 029 of Kilojoules. Killa up to the outside of the speedway here, but Denny Daniels down to the bottom. Definitely a good qualifying performance for that number 37 machine. He propels himself to the race lead here. Early advantage here, 1 and 2 down the back straightaway.
Yeah, Denny Daniels was really good at qualifying. Set the pole by almost a full 10th. 36.423 tonight's Hard Motorsports quick time for that 37, and he's going to lead the field over to turn number 3 and 4 for the first time. Brandon Hawken will sneak his way to the second spot. I think that's KJ Kilojoules that may have slipped back to position number 3. Sure is 029. The Bush light scheme, a Bush scheme. I haven't seen that car in a long time. Cool scheme for KJ. We got Chevy Chase there. Number 096, the Valvoline machine back there, a little distant back in fourth, and Rick Craddock's number 22. Rick has found his way early in the top 5.
And Craddock holding on to the 5th spot. Greg Lavelle and the team that's going to win tomorrow night on Sunday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills there, Phil, right now running in that 6th spot.
I like it. We can go with that tomorrow. Let's go Bills tomorrow. Say, did they have as much a chance of winning as the Cowboys do beating the Rams, right? Right?
I think they have more of a chance of winning and beating the Steelers than the Cowboys beating the Rams.
Optimistic.
Yeah. You want to be put out of your misery, so I think the Cowboys lose tomorrow by 10.
By 10 tomorrow, I'm going to say by about 30 tomorrow. That would help me a lot. I'm hoping it's over before the kickoff. How's that? that way I can limp my way to DWRL tomorrow night with my head held high, knowing finally this misery called the Dallas Cowboys football season is over. Let's think of a happier note. Let's think about sim racing. That makes everybody happy, right? That's what we're doing here tonight now. 3 laps going up on the board. Denny Daniels continuing to lead over Brandon Hawken, KJ Kilojoules, Chevy Chase, Rick Craddock. That's a very good top 5.
Fourth
Denny Daniels leading the way, but now putting lap 4 on the board, and we're going to slow the field down. Our first yellow flag of the night, yellow on the racetrack, and it looks like may have been the number 4 Grizzly Chevrolet of Silver Bullet, who may have gone around, and I'm not exactly sure what may have happened over there. It was in turns number 3 and 4, and it was in a weird spot for a car to get light. I don't know if it happened even up in front of him even, but I did see the 4. Oh, somebody blew an engine over there.
Unfortunately, Phil, I can't go through the cars. I have to go back to old school here. So
Uh-oh.
trying to go back here and view because, yeah. Left click, not so good on my
Oh,
mouse. It just failed. That's awful.
got to stay on the screen here. Oh, it was Monty Keller 028 who completely blew an engine over at turn number 3 and 4. 4 had nowhere to go. Monty blew up. The 4 car was in that blind slipstream and just went barreling in, hit the wall, hit Monty's car. A couple cars get a little squirrely behind, and that sucks for the 028 of Monty Keller. Looks like he's going to be the first one out tonight. Motor letting go over in turn number 3. I'm hoping he didn't left or right click on the mouse because that's never a good sign. But looks like Monty, after having a really good run here last week, he finished second last week, almost won. He's going to be the first one out of the event.
Yeah, tough break for Monty Keller there, Phil. Is definitely good to see him have good runs, but this is not the way he probably wanted to start this one off here tonight at Michigan International Speedway. A lot of cars, a whole gaggle of cars down on pit road, including your race leader there, the number 99. Also down there too, Brandon Hawken. You got Kilojoules down there. Everybody down on pit road. Looks like Craddock going to get away though and be the first one off of pit road. That number 22 machine, I believe, 2 cars was the call for the double deuce.
Why not? Come down there. It was a minimum or a maximum of 2. It may have even been gas to go, but I think he did take 2 tires down there. Let me go down there and take a quick look at it, too, to verify. I think that Camaro, yeah, he did indeed got 2 right side tires, and he was in there in a little scoot. He's going to take the race lead off the pit lane, so Rick Craddock will lead 5 laps of 80 in. We'll pause until the first break of the night. We'll reset ourselves. I know I was scrambling to get here. Todd's was sitting here all waiting for me. I'm still getting stuff all downloaded.
Yeah, I was pulling my hair out, guys. Pulling my hair out.
Todd was stressing out because for once Phil was late to the party here tonight. But hey,
for once, he's been late for a couple of weeks now.
Hey, easy. All right, you know what? We're going to go silent here for a minute. Him and I are going to have a staff meeting off here. I don't think you guys want to hear. We'll be right back live on your source for esports racing. All right, back here live inside the Michigan International Speedway under the yellow flag. Get ready to go for a restart. 7 laps in the books. And I want to thank everybody out there tonight watching us via Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch TV. I got to thank the Full Velocity Racing Network, for the sponsor of, 100 stars. Hey, thank you here, our buddies at the Full Velocity Racing Network. Here watching on Facebook Live. I hope you are. Stars donations, guys. Those go a long way. They help us out. They keep our costs low. They help us improve our product. They give us access to a whole lot of new cool markets. I know, Todd, you're the guy in charge of the whole Stars donation. So without me just on a limb not knowing what I'm talking about, why don't you educate us what those are all about?
Our donations definitely come to the Full Velocity Racing Network, whether or not they come via. They help us do everything that we can do here on Full Velocity Racing Network, whether it's keep broadcasting rates low. It's got goals. Facebook Live now has goals that they set for us here every month. And then if you hit that goal, I didn't realize they want you to go more. So guys, we gotta get more up. Let's make sure that we can do what we can do. Make Full Velocity Racing Network relevant. Let Facebook Live know that we're there. Obviously, iRacing still thinks we're not around or anything like that. They won't put us on our ticker. But I tell you what's making us relevant? NASCAR 2003 still, Phil.
Absolutely. We got a loyal following over here, and I love coming back and doing it. I'll do this until the end of time. If NR 2003 will keep having us back, all these great leagues, I'll do it forever. If it means doing that, because we still have a great time as we go back under the iRacing Guy flag, green flag. Rick Craddock, Steve Looney, Brandon Hawkin, Denny Daniels, Kayla Jules going to be our top 5 as we exit turn 2.
Exiting turn 2, like you said, right now the Steve Looney machine, the number 21, is your current second place guy.
Big wreck.
We got a wreck over there. Good to see it there, Phil. Blinked out again.
I believe the 22 car of Rick Craddock, who started on the pole on that one, took 2 right side tires, may have found out why. Tires sometimes are basically a premium. Got really, really loose on the high side of the exit off of 2. Lost the back end. He got up, pushed it up, got that little pocket in the wall, and got into the right rear of KJ and set off a wild ride down the back straightaway. A whole bunch of smoke. I don't know if anybody piled completely in. It was just Craddock and KJ, so that could have been a whole lot worse, but there was a lot of smoke. There was chaos, and we got our second yellow flag of the night here on lap number 9. So that one, Todd, we got lucky. That could have been a whole lot worse than it was.
Yeah, it definitely could have been way worse than it was there. The 21 of Steve Looney, your current race leader. Got to give a big shout out to the undisputed champion in the Facebook Live chat box. That is Sam Perry. Another 1,000 stars donated to the Full Velocity Racing Network. And Sam made his official broadcasting debut not too long ago here. Did a fantastic job. Now Sam's out there donating. We urge everybody else to try to catch the undisputed champion out here. If you're watching on YouTube, come on over to Facebook. Let them know here on Facebook too. Get those star donations out there. But if you're also watching on Facebook, please go over to YouTube. Make sure you follow us. We need to get to 1,000 on YouTube so we can do things like this on YouTube too, just the same as Facebook.
Yes, we do, and I apologize for a little bit of delay. Is communicating with our brother, our other broadcast colleague. He's done it a couple times this year recently. Our buddy Bobby Farrell, who's out there watching as well, is trying to get stuff sorted out over TDR Racing League tonight, which we all know we kind of call home and live most of the time, and trying to help him get activity started over there this evening, and trying to help steer the ship for him and see if any of my ideas help. So, apologies, I'm a little bit distracted there. Yeah, Phil's distracted, was late till party. I'm having a great night, Todd, but I see that the pit lane, it is full of race cars. I think everybody that was up front is basically elected to come down pit road this time, which may not be a bad idea. Or I completely lose Todd. We can do that too. I think Steve Looney, I don't know if he missed his pit stall or, well, the world happened. 21 going to win the race off of pit road, and I do not believe he even got to his stall, or he was pitting a little bit further back here. I don't think he got to it at all. He completely passed through the pit. Steve Looney came on pit road, and I'm not sure if that's a mistake or it was just meant to come in to get a tail, but 21 car, Todd, he goes the end of the longest line here. Or not end of the longest line. He come down pit road. You got to imagine he was probably looking to make a stop here, at least put tires on, maybe put it full of gas, and whatever's that 21 car just went passing right on through. Ever just miss your pit sign? I do it all the time. I think Looney did just then.
Yeah, I definitely missed the pistol a time or two, especially coming down here. It looks like well, I can't really see who's actually coming down here. I think it's being led by Brian Wolf here. My mouse is. I sent Phil a nice picture on Facebook
Oh, yeah,
showing
you
what
did?
just happened to my mouse.
What in the
uh,
world?
yeah, just yeah.
Is it
All
on
I can
fire?
explain. No, the red lights, the whole cover bashed off of it, and
What'd you do that for?
well, it wasn't working, Phil. It wasn't working.
Todd, do we have to solve all conflicts with anger and aggression?
It wasn't clicking.
Todd.
It will click. It's all sticky. My
Follies
God.
of the full velocity race. So Todd gets upset at a mouse, slams it, breaks it. I don't know. Can somebody get some counseling, some therapy in for Todd? Maybe a beer? How about a twisted tea? They're twisted tea for Todd. Twisted tea for Todd. We can make a rhyme out of that. It's hard to rock a rhyme.
I got more than twisted tea in the refrigerator. I got a couple tall boys in there.
Oh, buddy.
Minus the 40s.
Miss Jess ain't letting you touch those tonight.
Oh, no, she was.
Uh-oh.
I could have them.
So you're in it, I'm not. All right, I call shenanigans already. We've done that. We're not even 10 laps in. We're already arguing for the second time already in a broadcast. So it's been a day. I tell you what, the full velocity 450 miles of fun here today. Earlier this afternoon, the Evil One Graphics 250 at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. That was a pretty uncanny and insane time this afternoon. We saw a great race there. Josh Peacock, a dirt guy, taking down the win on the pavement. Then we took a couple hours off. I was able to run off and watch the wife play her flute for a little while and rush back home, get ready for this one, head to Michigan, come back down on 2003, and then I got some jet lag too, Jack. That's a good point. It's been a busy, trying day, but we're gonna do the best we can. Because we still got 69 laps here left through Michigan. we got this in us, Todd. Are we still pros? Can we do these long days?
We can do these long days. Yeah, we can do these long days, but I can't get back. Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh my goodness,
no,
this is something. This is something right here. You guys are here on live TV at its finest. All the shame and the follies. And, you know, we try to make this as a professional. I say that with a smile as we can most of the time. But under these yellow flags and other stuff, we like to kind of get off topic and off key of some things and try to take the lightheartedness of everything that goes on. Because let's just face it. It may be a simulation, but at the end of the day, we're out here playing video games, and we're a couple of guys sitting here talking about people going around in a circle in front of a computer. Try to explain that to some of your friends sometime. What do you do? Well, we're an esports broadcaster.
They think it's cool. Most of mine do.
I don't know. Some of them think it's cool. Some of us kind of question, like, people, you talk about people playing video games. You mean they're actual real people out there playing, and you talk about them? I mean, it's sometimes some of the most bizarre conversation.
I don't know. It's all, I guess, who you have around you there, Phil. It's definitely haven't. I've never had an issue with anybody talking to them. Whether it's this, they think it's pretty cool that a lot of these guys go out here, race online, and we sit there and talk about it. They think it's rather interesting, and I love it. I love every bit of announcing these races, having a grand old time, especially during the wintertime when there is really nothing to do in the Northeast. Really nothing.
Nothing. It rained all day. I know it's eventually going to turn to snow again. And
or ice, for that matter.
We'll be at about 6 feet of snow, or in your world, over about 6 miles of it. It'll be negative 8 billion degrees again. We'll be frozen solid, and there'll be nothing better to do than go out there and sim race. So we go back under the iRacingGuyFlag.com. Green flag. Let's get back to racing. Let's get excited because the greatest hype man in 2003 says, we're not excited. I'm excited. Check out these nipples.
Yeah, Johnson way up the track is still somebody around. I'm not sure that was the thing. That was Manny Diaz.
A lot going on back there.
Trying to go around. Yeah, the 193 is way up the track. Definitely a lot of things going on. Here comes the number 59 of Ryan Johnson to the outside. Greg Lavelle gets loose. Oh, he almost makes contact with Ryan Johnson. Oh, just unscathed there. Able to keep it going, but man, there's a lot of things happening in the middle of this pack.
Yeah, I was kind of watching a little of that happen too. Manny D about lost it. Magoo about lost it over there. I was watching Aussie Bill lead the field to the restart. He's surrendered the lead now to the number 37 of Denny Daniels. Aussie Bill there for 2. Brandon Hawken has worked his way now back up to 3rd. RJ was scored fourth last time by. That can't be accurate. That car was about wrecked, wasn't it? Oh, Robert Balkum now up to fourth. And Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. The 03 BSR Nelly. He currently runs fifth. I'm hoping he don't spin tonight, Todd, because the whoa, Nelly, that'll definitely come out of me.
Yeah, definitely going to have to come out of there, Phil, is just watching things that are going on here. You got Denny Daniels right now, your race leader, and he's pulling away there. And then number 37 machine. Then you have Aussie Bill running in that second spot. A good gap between himself and that 37 machine. Then you go back to Brandon Hawkins at number 99. He's starting to reel in Aussie Bill there for the second spot, about five to 8 car lengths back there. Then you go on back here to Robert Balkum, who's battling it out there with Nelly, like you said, Phil. And then you got Killer Jules making his way back up through. Remember, that Busch car had a little bit of contact there, had some damage. Looks like it's been pretty much repaired for the most part as he makes his way up through. Then you got the 193 of Ricky Jones, the Royal Trucking, number 193, running sadly in that 7th spot. Greg Lavelle running 8th. The 9th is Chevy Chase, and 10th is Ryan Johnson, starting to make his way up through the field in that 59.
I'm trying to get past the old Busch on the old 29 there, and that looks like straight up. So if it's bent up, does that mean it's Busch Light now?
I don't think so. Not yet. It's not crinkled up enough. It's not a subcompact as we call it here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. We don't see Hondas racing out there. You know, hatchback Hondas. Obviously, they're not out there, but you don't see Chevy Chevettes. You don't see any of those types of cars out there.
Next, we're taking Nissans out there.
Oh yeah, Nissans. Yep, that's coming out too. You know, the Honda and NASCAR are going to be one here soon. I almost guarantee it.
Yeah, I think it'll happen. I think there's enough money and desire on NASCAR's end of franchise. I think that'll eventually happen. Myself, I think you see Audi maybe make a trip over here as well with the new engine rules they're trying to come up with. So, no, I don't think Ferrari will ever diminish themselves to put themselves in a stock car. But hey, you know what? Well, we can debate that all night too. But look at this good battle we have going on. We got Nelly in the 103 car, KJ's 29. They are locked in a 2-wide battle, door to door, over in turn 1.
And as you watch that, Phil, I was watching the number 99 of Brandon Hawkins. He caught the 21 of Aussie Bill, made short work of him, now moves him up into the second spot.
Sure did, and Brandon Hawkins is on the march, but the only issue he's got right now, Todd, is the interval up on the scoreboard. Denny Daniels has driven away to a 2.5-second lead, and Denny was damn fast here coming into this evening. I would tell you what, car was terrific in qualifying, won the pole by about a whole 1/10 of a second, and is out there giving them all a school job right now. 2.5 seconds last time around. Now it's shrunk down to 2.386 seconds. So Brandon Hawkins now running second, may arguably be the fastest car on the racetrack. And you got to imagine they got some draft here as fast as they are at Michigan. That big lead Denny has, that may come back to bite him if enough cars get kind of put together. But there's big gaps all over the plate. I mean, back to about 4 seconds. Other pack back there 6 seconds back. I mean, it's all really broken up for a Michigan Cup Series race.
It definitely is the 029, Phil, of Kilojoules. Now looks to the bottom of the 118 of Robert Balkum. That is a battle for the 4th spot. Kilojoules trying to make some kind of headway here, but Balkum able to slam the door shut. Hold on to the 4th spot here momentarily. But Kilojoules using the banking to his advantage, trying to get around him here. But again, Robert Balkum going to shut him down here coming off of turn number 2.
Good to see Robert out here on a Saturday night. Was talking to him last night, raced to him over at TDR, the modified series, had a good time, and told him, we got, he was looking at talking about this series coming out here last night, the BSRL, and we tried to get a couple more cars out here. I think we snagged up guys like Andrew Miller to come out here and join us. He was with us last night as well, so was trying to spread the word. I was trying to get, old friends like Gary Piccolo out here, but, he said, a guy like Gary, he's probably out there listening somewhere. He needed his teammate to come race, or he couldn't race at Michigan. You ever heard of such a thing? I mean, that's I'm not going to throw other names out there. That wouldn't be very nice of me to do, but some guys can't race without their friends. Whatever happened to come out there and just doing the best you can by yourself?
And go out and have fun by yourself. Even like Aussie Bill now dropping back there, Phil, into the clutches of the 029 of Kilojoules, and he's left out hung to dry by everybody else, so he's going to lose many spots there up on the top of the speedway. But the 029 Kilojoules now maintains that 3rd spot still. Brandon Hawkins trying to search down Denny Daniels. Last time by, the gap was just a little bit over here. Just taking a shed look of a little bit over 2 seconds between Denny Daniels and Brandon Hawk, and we'll see what's going to happen as it comes to fruition here in just a few moments as we're going through 3 and 4. See where Denny Daniels and Brandon Hawkins stack up against each other. And Kilojoules is 3.4 seconds back there, Phil, along with Ricky Johnson 3.7 and Robert Balcom 3.6. So those guys quite a ways back from the race leader. So we'll see what Denny Daniels has up. It's going to evaporate just a tad bit. Brandon Hawkins cuts it down to 1.988.
It certainly is, and Hawkins cut it under 2 seconds. That's that little pack behind him there. You said KJ, Robert, Ricky J is there, Greg Lovell. You got Nelly in the back half of that one. Guys like Aussie Bill, Chevy Chase. I mean, they're all kind of together, nose to tail, but they're not running the speed that Brandon Hawkins up ahead is, and that really shows the 99's got a lot of speed in that setup in that race car. I'm really impressed the speed that 37 car has, man. Denny Daniels that time in qualifying, got out to a big league, but you can almost play the Jaws music now. That 99 car is humming.
Yeah, Brandon Hawkins definitely a fast car, especially when you come to open setups. He's one of the guys that you can actually put in your top 5, and consistently he's probably going to be there, maybe even the top 2 consistently. He will be there in an open setup race. But Brandon Hawkins right now running in that second spot, trying to track down Denny Daniels. He was able to lock it down just a tad bit, 1.837, so he's fast every single lap, Phil. Just not catch him as quick as I thought he maybe would there, but Denny Daniels starting to wear his stuff out just a tad bit there in that number 37 machine. He flashes by the start finish line. Let's see if Brandon Hawkins picks up any more. Yep, 1.6 seconds. So from 1.8 to 1.6, and that other pack also catching Brandon Hawkins right directly behind him. So Brandon Hawkins has that hungry pack of wolves behind him, led by Kilojoules, Robert Balcom, Ricky Johnson, Greg Lavelle, Nelly, and Chevy Chase. Those guys pretty much all right there.
Yeah, they are. They're all nose to tail there, and that is running back from about, 3rd, 4th, all the way back to about the 10th position. Now you got guys like DJ Champ and Brain Fade attempting to run down that first group ahead. And that's DJ Champ, Todd. Keep in mind, he won a race here last week, a part of this BSRL Christmas Series. So DJ Champ, I believe, is going to be a guy with the points lead tonight coming into the series. Of course, this is a money series. We're going to hand out a winner's share of the purse and a plaque into this one, and I gotta believe by the 3rd place finish of the win last week, and I believe a top 3 or top 5 finish opening night, DJ Champ, I believe. I'm gonna see if I can't locate it myself. Gotta imagine he's the point leader coming in. Now he's finally cracked the top 10.
Yeah, DJ Champ definitely, I would think, would be the points leader as of right now in that number 91 machine. As we've seen, he was wicked fast last week. This week seems not as fast here. Maybe a longer run setup for that number 91 machine right there behind BSR Brain Fade and that number 49 machine. But Denny Daniels now down to 1.237 seconds at Brandon Hawkins, and down to 2 seconds is Kilojoules. So Kilo now less than a second away from Brandon Hawkins as those guys keep trucking along here down the back straightaway.
They are humming down there, but look at that interval now up front. Denny Daniels leading Brandon Hawkins by 1.2 seconds, and as you said, that second pack now is beginning to start to run down to 37, so I would have to imagine setup of the 37 car going away. Maybe not a good long run set so far because Hawkins now got that thing cut to under a second, and the second pack, KJ's got the 1.7, Balcom, Johnson, right there around the even 2 second mark. So this group they're starting to run down this race leader.
Definitely looks a little bit faster there, maybe on the shorter run for that number 37 machine. As Brandon Hawkins able to put, like you said, cut it under a second, then 1.772 is Kilojoules. So those guys all going to be able to get the draft here in just a little bit of the top 2 cars. So it's going to be probably, I'm going to venture to say, a 7-car battle for the race lead here in just a few moments. As now it's down to 0.724. Kilojoules is down to 1.4 seconds. So those guys are coming with a full head of steam right there directly behind them. If Denny Daniels and Brandon Hawkins maybe hook up, they might be able to kill a little bit of the run, maybe of Killa and Robert that have been drafting well together. Same way with Ricky Johnson and Greg Lavelle. Those guys have hooked up so far, Phil, and able to move up the track and able to get by them. So drafting may be something that comes into play here because 2 versus 4, usually the 4 wins.
Wow, okay, well, I just saw something happen here that was kind of peculiar. Robert Balcom in the back straightaway, Todd. That much of that draft may be playing a role. I think handling and tires are beginning to give up as well because Robert took a dead left down to the inside. Is laid over and let Ricky Johnson get in front. So maybe the 118's car starting to give up a little bit. Robert Balcom, a notorious fixed setup racer out here, open setup racing. He's doing one heck of a job up there in the top 5.
Definitely doing a fantastic job in the top 5. We got to see him a couple different times over there at TDR for the Full Velocity Premier Cup Series. Definitely was fun to watch Robert Balcom win all the races that he did this year, Phil. And definitely kudos to him, and what a strong season he had.
Sure was. Had a really good year indeed. A guy that ran right down to the final 2 and was beat out by a guy named Matt Watkins, who won the TDR championship there a couple of weeks ago, and was probably one of the best battles I've seen for a championship in a long time. And I follow a lot of leagues, and it was cool we've seen something like that at the home base even. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on the number 118, Robert Balcom, now running in the 5th spot. But we have a race for the lead brewing, because Brandon Hawken, he has run down the 37. He is there, and off of turn number 4, Todd, he has a thought to peek that car down to the low side. It's a drag race toward turn 1.
So again, it's one thing to catch somebody, it's another thing to be able to pass them. And Hawkins still about 2 car lengths back of Denny Daniels in that number 37 machine. That's a .211 second gap. But Kilojoules, here comes that other group, Phil, starting to close in. Is Killa right there too? So he's going to be able to pounce on one of these 2 drivers if they make a mistake. But Brandon Hawken right to the rear bumper here, about half a car length separated through 3 and off of turn number 4.
Yeah, and what those 2 cars doing now, Todd, racing really hard. It's bringing that second group in. KJ's run this top 2 down. Ricky Johnson's starting to approach that group. Robert Balcom, they're starting to make some time up there. So the more these guys up front start to race, they could go out there and settle up the teams themselves right now. Well, that may not be so quick, because Hawken now to the race lead. He's taking care of Denny Daniels. Denny's going to have his hands full, because that 029 of KJ is stalking him as they head toward turn 3.
You were talking about them racing, but they were already catching the top 2 before they started racing, so that was even a bigger clip so they could catch them. As Kilojoules now breathing down the neck of the number 37 machine of Denny Daniels running in that second spot. Killa now looks to the bottom just a tad bit there. You're looking to get a run maybe right to the rear bumper, get that drafting effect, maybe dive it off down into turn number 1. We'll see what Killa's able to do here, but Denny Daniels able to break the draft just a tad bit down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2.
Sure did. Breaking the drafty indeed. Good 3-car race going on up front. Brandon Hawken holding on now. Denny Daniels, Kilojoules. That's 3 really good open setup races right now. Trying to duke it out up front now. 34 laps on the board, approaching halfway. Hawken leads over Daniels and KJ Johnson. Balcom, your top 5. Nelly has brought the 103 car now up to a 6th spot with Chevy Chase up to 7th.
Denny Daniels down the pit road.
37's on pit road. I think it was time for. We saw that car really give up. He got out to a big lead and really fell back, almost like an anchor was thrown out of it. That's got to be something as far as maybe gearing or something. What really you think really attributes to him bringing that car down to pit road so early?
Probably gearing, fuel, tires starting to fade there on the number 37 machine. It comes down to the number 1 pit stall, obviously on pit road, right side tires. Going on the Denny Daniels machine. Let's see if they go around the left sides. Almost willing to bet they're going to take all 4 tires here. Looks like they're going to be able to do so. 4 tires is the call there for the number 37 of Denny Daniels. 4 tires is the call also for Greg Lavelle. And that number is 088.
I was watching the 088 team as they got their 4-tire work done. Left rear a little bit slow, but he takes it and he throws a backwards pass to the tire carrier. What did you know? Somebody at the Bills throws a backward pass. How about that? Sorry, Todd, I know. We're a little salty on that one still. We did that earlier.
Backwards pass. And the forward pass.
Oh, well, it was backward. That's how it stands.
Never ever going to stand in a Buffalo Bills fan's eyes. I should throw you to the Bills Mafia, Phil, and maybe you'll go through a couple tables or 2 and learn your lesson.
Hey, we're in for that. And what's the worst thing that can happen? I break even more than I'm broken. A little more brain damage than I already have. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen to put me through? Maybe
you become a Buffalo Bills fan.
I'd be okay with that at this point, because I don't have much to root for nowadays. But Denny Daniels will come on the pit road. I also believe I saw the 99 of Brandon Hawken. He has made a duck onto the pit lane for 4 tires. He's made his work. He is down and away. Also, KJ029 has been down. See who else was down there. Chevy Chase. Robert Balcom was on off the pit lane, as was Ricky Johnson. So it is open. Pit lane is open. Brian Voiles scored the race leader this time around, but I believe even he is coming down to the pit lane.
Brian Voiles lets out of it, coming down on pit road. Same way with the 1-44 machine of BSR Magoo. Those guys coming down on pit road to the service and the aid of their pit crews. I'm not sure who got loose back there into the inside wall. here on pit road as he's trying to lock him up. But here comes Brian Voiles and BSR Magoo in my sight as I'm watching them come down. Pretty much, I think 4 tires will be the call for these two drivers. Right side tire is going on Brian Voiles' car, I should say. Yeah, truck. It's actually his car. And going around to the left side, the number 68 of Brian Voiles. Looks like service going to be complete. Full tank of Sunoco Racing Fuel, and they're down the way.
Would you think if Brian could bring his rig out there with the Voiles trucking stuff on it, do you think he would? I think he would. I also watching now the 033 of Jimmy Dale. It's a name we haven't called here on the network in years and years.
Oh, yellow.
Jimmy Dale down on pit road. So he makes his work down there at 5. We get a yellow on the speedway, yellow on the racetrack. We got a spinner. And I believe it may have been the 510 of Steven Bridstetter who may have went around. Caution flag on the speedway right at the tail end of pit stops. You got to hope this doesn't trap somebody a lap down because that would stink.
Yeah, right by, and you're saying the 510 goes around in a knot there, Phil. That's just a couple laps before halfway home already here at Michigan. Definitely something to do here. So it looks like we're watching the 510. Hits the bottom apron, the number 29 machine of Brian Wolf. Gets into the back of the 510, sends him flying into the outside wall. Unfortunate there for BSR. Steven there around and backing it into the wall. We'll see if he's going to be able to get that car repaired. But he's going to be out on the tail end of the field. But 29 and 510 made contact. Disagreement of real estate.
And this disagreement of real estate brought to you by your friends at the Full Velocity Racing Network. You can head over to the website, fullvelocitytv.com. Check out our whole entire event schedule. A lot coming up here the next couple of weeks. Book your date now, or how about even better? Need to buy a Christmas gift? Well, how about a Full Velocity t-shirt, sweatshirt, hat, maybe a jacket? I don't know if we have jackets in there yet.
Still have a drawing going on for that, too.
You tell us about that drawing. I know it's another one you pulled out of your hat. I
Yeah,
don't know what's available.
we were doing a raffle ticket drawing. I know some of the guys have got involved in that. It's $2. It's $2 a raffle ticket. There was 20 spots in that raffle. There is 5 spots left, so 5 spots left. We have numbers on the page. I'll make sure I put it up top, guys. But a great time to get a Full Velocity Racing Network t-shirt of your choice, color, whatever you want. As far as t-shirt wise, hoodies would cost you a little bit more, obviously, but maybe we'll do one for that if anybody's interested. I know a hoodie for me in the Northeast would be great right now, but definitely a t-shirt available. It's going to be just the raffle. We'll do a couple of those this season. We're trying to get them out before Christmas. I don't know if they're going to actually ship before then. I believe we have 5 spots left. Jeff Brown's involved. Tubbs is involved. There's a few guys from Cyber Thunder that have got involved into that too. Definitely. And we wanted to do a G920, G29 giveaway too with slots too, but nobody really bought on that. I don't know if the Logitech kind of gone away, Phil. I know I use the Thrustmaster because I got sick of Logitech.
That could be a thing. It could be the Christmas season too, and people trying to stretch your dollar farther. So, never know what the deal is. We may have to try that one again after the first of the year. But caution on the speedway. We've officially hit the halfway point here, Todd. 40 laps of 80 on the board. The field has come in and kind of realigned itself. So we'll take a sip as well. We'll go back. We'll recap where the field sits and get coming back at you here. But your live restart on your call for Esports Racing. All right, back here live at your source for esports racing, getting set to go for the restart. We've eclipsed halfway, now 42 laps of 80 on the board as we get ready to go back to it. Look, we got a Hemi out there, the Dodge-powered Hemi, a DJ Champ, last week's winner, going to lead the field back to green with Steve Looney, Ryan Johnson, Rick Craddock, and KJ. That's a top 5. That's a whole different look that we've seen. How about the new name, DJ Champ, a guy who's probably got the series points lead. He's going to lead the field back to green this time. I think Todd's still trying to beg the mouse to start working. When you break things, they sometimes don't want to work again. So hopefully Todd, maybe he didn't throw the keyboard this time, did he? He ain't about to talk to us at all. Hey, Todd, we all right? We got Green Flag Racing back in the air.
Green Flag Racing definitely back out in the air, and I was doing a little raffle there. 5 spots left, guys, so if you want to get involved in the Full Velocity Swag raffle, 1, 2, 13, 14, and 19 up for grabs. Just go over to the Full Velocity Racing Network, post on what you want, and payment $2 per slot, and then we'll do that drawing live on Facebook Live. So definitely, guys, if you want to get involved, we got 5 spots left, and then we can do that drawing. I know everybody itching to get one of the Full Velocity's t-shirts.
Yeah, I want to get one too. I guess I have to buy my own Christmas gift out there to the network store and take that. Yeah, you want to fly your swag too. And everybody loves us here at the network. Well, I hope or support us or whatever. Help us out. Buy a t-shirt. Start with donations there through Facebook Live. They also do a lot of big things for us as well. So any little bit you want to give to help us out, it does certainly go a long way. As we have a new race leader, Todd, off turn number 2. Steve Looney has 21 cars to the lead. And Steve, that has a familiar look. He was up there racing with Monty Keller in DJ Champ last week. Can Looney take one this week in Michigan?
Yeah, it would be rather interesting to see if Steve Looney could win. Definitely be a different thing to see Steve Looney down in victory lane finally. But here comes a 37 to Denny Daniels, a fast piece here. Early on in the going, he's able to cut away from the rest of the field. Definitely a fast car here on the shorter runs. But all these other cars able to chase him down on a longer green flag run, like the number 99 of Brandon Hawken. But it is Denny Daniels the race lead, the number 37.
Now, you think about that, and you make a good point. He was able to really run away and hide in that green flag run. Everybody ran him down. Do you think that setup, is there anything, that he can adjust now to maybe make that come back to him, or is his bid truly made?
Well, you're asking a guy that doesn't do a lot with open setups to tell you about him. I'm not sure. There's adjustments that you can actually make, tire pressure adjustments down on pit road. You make adjustments to your fuel loads, your tape on your grill, your spoiler, around the wedge here and there. Your gears, you can't change your gears, obviously. But that might be something where maybe that's why he goes away in the long run. Maybe he's got a different gear choice than somebody else.
Maybe, but that car has got a lot of speed. He finds the race lead, and he starts to pull away now. We got this battle going on back here for the second position. KJ Kilojoules has brought himself to the inside of Steve Looney. Even that wrinkled-up Busch Light can he's got there. KJ now up to second. He's going to bring, who's that, Brandon Hawken for 21? The 99 Hawken, he drags his buddy Hawken with him.
And Brandon Hawken right there behind KJ Kilojoules, and then you got 21 Steve Looney falling back to the 4th spot. Then you got the 91 of DJ Champ running fantastic there. And the 5th spot there, Phil, we talked about him. We do believe he is the points leader coming into this, or really, really close to being the points leader. Obviously, I can't get something to work on my screen to get the point standings. I believe they're over on RLM, and sometimes I have some issues with that. But nothing bad. I think it's just my computer just not liking certain things and not doing certain things that I wanted to do, obviously, just like the mouse. The mouse is working at half power right now, Phil. So I believe the mouse is about dead. I'm going to have to buy another one. But half a mouse, it's just not good.
Half working, half power, half a brain. I didn't know, Phil, was at your house, Todd. That's kind of how I operate all the time. Half wit. Kind of feeling that myself today. But, hey, we got a race going on out here at Michigan tonight. We have a battle for that 4th spot shaping up. Looney's 21 up high. Here comes DJ Champ. That Hemi is shot down low. Let's race it off a 4th over to turn 1.
Yeah, racing out for the fourth spot as Steve Looney goes way up the track, just leaves the door wide open for DJ Champ. Champ now moves into the fourth spot. Looney falls back to fifth. Then you got Voiles trucking number 93 of Ricky Johnson running in that sixth spot. Seventh is Rich Craddock. Craddock right now doing a fantastic job. And Lovell, I tell you what, Greg Lovell in the number 088 machine has been doing a fantastic job there, Phil, just doing what he was doing. And I just got a brand new mouse handed to me.
You got a brand new mouse handed to you?
Yeah.
Wow. See, Mrs. Stanton, she's a good egg sometimes. I think she knows you too well. Throw a temper tantrum, brings you a new mouse. Do you have an empty tall boy yet? She'll bring you one of those too. What a gal.
This is definitely a different looking mouse here, Phil, and looks like something's going to be different. Going to have something that's actually working now.
All right. Well, you know what? Don't get all frustrated.
I won't do it right now, though.
All right. Well, don't do it now. Stay with me. I can't afford to lose my partner because I'm not sure what I would do. Probably console myself, move on, and get over it. But that's what we're supposed to do, I guess. Denny Daniels, he slides way up the racetrack in the 37. Almost like was that the 37? I believe that was him going way up the track.
510. Steven hitting the wall.
That was Steven Brandstetter, the 510. He went way up the track. It was right in front of the 37. They had similar colors where my camera was sitting, but no, it was Steven up in the outside wall. Thought it was Denny. I thought we had a story happening there, but nope. Denny's car is okay. He'll lead the field off of 4 now. 51 laps on the board.
Yeah, and he's not pulling away like he was there, Phil. And that number 37 machine is the 029. Right there, knocking on the door here early on in the going. And, man, 207 miles an hour as they shoot off down into turn at number 1 is what I just seen Denny Daniels at there, Phil. 207 miles per hour. So let's see what Kilojoules is doing down the back straightaway as he shoots himself down into turn at number 3. We got him topping out at 205 before he lets off. So definitely paying attention to that. But 207, wow, at Michigan.
That is hauling the mail. That's what they are doing here tonight. That car is screaming fast up front there. That 37, Denny Daniels leading the way. You see the speeds of Brandon Hawken right there, third car in line. I'm going to see if we can't get I'll even try to do this same trick. Let's see what he's running down into the third turn for speed this time as we exit off of, what is that, turn number 2. So let's get a glimpse here. It's Brandon Hawken down to the low side of KJ. A drag race for third. They top off in the entrance. 203 on the low side for the 99. They are buzzing around Michigan tonight. No wonder why this race is going so quickly.
And I was watching them down the front straightaway. It was the 029 Kilojoules, 208 miles an hour down the front straightaway. Now the 37 of Denny Daniels able to pull away from the two battling for that second spot. That is KJ Kilojoules and the number 99 of Brandon Hawken. Hawken trying to complete the pass over here in 1 and 2. He drifts up the track, slams the door shut on Kilojoules as they come down the back straightaway.
Sure did. That's now Hawken up to the second spot. KJ back to third, and keep an eye on that number 91 car of DJ Champ. Todd, he's not letting this top 3 get away. He's actually beginning to reel them down a little bit. The more they start racing, the closer that car gets. So DJ Champ potentially, does he have something holding back in that car that he may display in this last quarter of the race?
He might be. DJ definitely been fast here at the last couple of tracks we've been at inside the top 5, and it looks like he's starting to reel them in there, Phil. And his last lap was at 36.825. The guys in front of him are about running the same there. Second place, Brandon Hawken is in the 8s also. Everybody else in the 9s that are directly in front of him. So DJ Champ has been laying back a little bit, Phil.
I think he has. That car looks awfully good, and I think Ricky Johnson right behind him, the 193. I think Rick may have a good piece. Not sure if it's top 3 worthy. I think the top 3 have really kind of separated themselves, Denny and Brandon and KJ. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a dime a dozen announcer. 25 laps to go here at the Michigan International Speedway race number 3, Bomb Squad Racing League Christmas Special Series, Money Series. We're going to pay the payouts next week. Somebody's going to have some cool hard cash and a championship plaque for winning this 4-race series next week. So that'll be a great time. Got to thank Brian and Magoo and all the gang over here at the Bomb Squad Racing League. It's been a lot of fun to come over here and connect with some fellas we haven't talked to in a long time, in many years. Great to see this new version of the Bomb Squad Racing League really come to take the shape. Really a lot of great guys and some really good, racing we've seen the first couple of weeks out. I'm looking forward, I guess I would say, possibly more to come with BSRL in 2020.
Yeah, definitely can't wait to see what happens with NASCAR 2003 BSR. This BSR over here, definitely working pretty good with them here. The Christmas race. Love the fact that they're giving away money, Phil, to these drivers here right around Christmas time. That is fantastic. It might help some of the families out there. Maybe go out and buy something they need. It's just nice to have a little bit of extra cash.
Really is. I'll tell you what, it's a good time of year to have that, and for all the people out there that struggle to make ends meet, every little bit that they can earn this time of year really is a big thing too. So, who says you can't make things happen by playing a video game, maybe making something happen? So somebody next week, I believe we walk to Talladega next week. I believe we conclude the series at. So we'll be there next week live and in living color right here on your source for esports racing, the Full Velocity Racing Network. Denny Daniels continuing to lead, but Brandon Hawkins applying all sorts of pressure, and he's going to take a peek down to the low side, playing the drafting game down the front stretch here at Michigan.
Yep, playing the drafting game, the number 99 still running in that second spot, but these guys really close together, the top three. They're not separated by very much, per se, maybe a bumper between all those guys, so definitely going to see the drafting game just going on. Is he saving fuel, though, Phil? We talked about the fuel strategy here early on in the going. I think fuel might become an issue here.
It's Michigan. When do you come to Michigan and it's not a fuel mileage race? The only time that happens, well, when a yellow comes out in the last 5 laps. I've never had a Michigan race like this, never come down to fuel mileage. I think it makes one of these things fun. Michigan's a track. I'll be perfectly honest. A driver, never been good at it, never going to handle on it. I get completely miserable at a place like this. But for guys who go out there and do what they do and save fuel, you could usually find yourself on the good end of a result here. So I've never had one. That shows my, awfulness. You know what my favorite place in Michigan is, Todd? Go off of pit road and see that big group of tires and the water barrel sitting down there by the end of pit road, or the entrance of pit road. I have hit that barrel more time than we'll ever understand.
That's interesting. I don't know how many times I've hit that. I've hit that barrel a couple times. Not as much as you think I would, but Michigan not a strong track for me either. Usually top 10, top 15 in a 30 car field. I'm probably the middle pack guy. Not one of my favorite tracks. You think being a super speedway veteran and doing a lot of super speedways, I should say, I've won a ton of super speedway races. I think I would kind of like Michigan. I like California actually better than Michigan.
Oh, hate them both. I couldn't throw a dime at either of them.
So you're telling me to fill them with water?
Fill them with water. You know what Michigan was fun, Todd? Probably, if not one of the greatest moments, the greatest moment in the history of our broadcasting careers happened right here at Michigan. And it was in the month of December. Do you remember that?
I do. Snow.
It was snow-covered. A snow-covered Michigan. We're going to bring that one back one day. And we discovered that snow is not fluffy. A moment that will live down in infamy, and that goes back to the days over at Rolling Thunder Gaming, back at DRTV. Hoping those guys are all well. We have our first take around the pit road. Denny Daniels, the race leader, pits himself out of the lead.
Denny Daniels down on pit road, definitely going to try a little bit of a different run here with field strategy with 18 laps remaining, Phil, here at the Michigan International Speedway. Daniels down on pit road, trying to get to him here. Remember, mouse don't click very well, so we're trying to see what Denny Daniels did or is doing. I can't get to him, Phil.
All right, well, leave it to a pro to do it. My mouse works fine, and if this one breaks on me, I got another trusty one sitting right here. So you know what? Still maybe late to the party, but coming at least a little bit prepared. Jack hit the mouse. Oh, if that's ever a good thing. But Denny's on pit road. He gets 4 tires on. He's quick down there. 37, going to rejoin the freight. Back over in turn 1 and 2. Another car just left the pit road in front of him. That was Aussie Bill. That we turn our attention down to the race leader, Keila Jules, KJ, and Brandon Hawkins. They both find themselves on the pit lane.
Yep, both on pit lane here is watching Robert Balcom there complete the service here on the right side of his vehicle. Going up to the left side there, the 118 machine. So 4 tires to go for Robert Balcom. He's down and away.
All right, I'm watching the pit stop for the 029 of KJ. That was a slow stop. Something happened. I believe the left front tire. They were gassing that thing. He was frustrated. He's going to lose some precious time to Brandon Hawkins. KJ down the way. Ricky Johnson was in. DJ Champ spun it through the grass. Greg Lovell was in. See who else down there. Steve Looney's on pit road. I believe Robert Baca may be a part of the next group, but this came out of the pit lane as well. So middle of green flag stops, lap 65. So if we stay green, this may be, well, it should be if we stay green the last time we see the leaders on the pit road.
Yeah, it should be the last time, and definitely going to solve that gas mileage race, the fuel mileage race there, Phil. These guys coming down onto pit road, I believe they should be able to make it the rest of the way home here. As you're watching these guys drive around, watching the 029 kilojoules, he's down in the 10th spot. Brent Hawken is running 9th out there on the speedway, just looking through the field here just to see where all maybe your race leaders were sitting at one point, and definitely still about mid-pack, still some cars left to come down on pit road.
It really is. I'm out here watching the race leader, Brian Voiles, a 68 out there, still lapping the speedway. He is yet to come on the pit lane. He's over in 3 and 4. I believe I hear that Dodge, it's a Ford of the 68. Ford 68 car rolling out of the throttle. Brian Voiles will pit the 68 out of the race lead. He'll make that little slow crawl on the brakes, and then right there at that line, pit road speed starts right there. You're going to be under 55 miles per hour. He's onto pit road. An issue for the 93 of Ricky Johnson. I'm not sure what happened to Ricky, but I just saw the Voiles trucking forward. He went pulling it behind the wall. Let me do some investigative reporting on that one.
As sure as we're watching the number 68 of Brian Voiles. His crew go to work here on the right side, now already to the left side that quickly. There in that number 68 machine, he is down and away. 4 tires to call. Sunoco Racing Field in that number 68.
All right, still trying to get the story on the 193. I think I may have just found it. Came off the banking in the 4th turn. Attempted to come to pit road, and let's see. Locked the tire. Oh, did he just come? That was over in turn 2, I'd say. What in the world happened to Ricky Johnson off turn number 2? Just lost the race car. I believe he just come to pit road. Let's see. He was right in front of KJ, and it just it broke loose on him. Ricky spun it around, and instead of coming to fix it, he rage quit. Oh, what's up, Ricky J? Why are you rage quitting?
Definitely probably pissed off at himself, Phil.
Can we call that outrage quitting?
It's rage quitting, and we understand. I've been there, Phil. Where you're done. You're pissed off. You ran pretty good all evening long, and you don't want to worry about the damage. You're not going to go anywhere. So, rage quit.
All right. Well, I'll tell you who didn't rage quit. Silver Bullet. Remember he wrecked a while ago in the 4 car. Well, he was the last of our cars that had yet to surrender himself onto pit road. A 4 car just came down. Silver Bullet going to make his 4-tire pit stop getaway. Now 69 laps on the board. We're just about the 10 laps remaining, and it looks like the race lead is now going to be claimed by Brandon Hawken. He just, paraded his way around Denny Daniels, and you got KJ right there as well. So the top 3 have kind of all sorted themselves back together, and they're heading down the backstretch toward turn 3.
Watching Brian Voiles down on pit road once again, Phil. I believe he was nailed with a speeding penalty. Costly mistake for that number 68 machine as he's down on pit road once again. Has to roll through the pits without stopping. So Brian Voiles pretty much is going to have his night executed there. Unfortunately, as he comes down on pit road, unless the yellow flag comes out, maybe he can gather it back up. But tough break for that 68 machine.
Executed. All I can think about is fatality. We're not playing Mortal Kombat, though.
Fatality. Oh, yeah, I guess fatality goes a long way there with Mortal Kombat. I always remember, finish him.
Yeah, well, that too. And anytime I hear that in my household, there's a plate of meat in front of me, and there's a lot left, and I hear, finish it. So, yeah, that'll take you back a little bit, too. But, hey, well, it makes me hungry thinking about it. But I'll tell you what, Brandon Hawken, he may be hungry to grab another checkered flag here tonight with 10 laps remaining. He leads Denny Daniels in the top 2. They have broken away from OKJ, so I don't know if issues have befallen the 29, but he doesn't quite have the speed that he once shown. He may have lost drafting help, and that may make that wrinkled up little nose there. That may be, rearing its ugly head now. KJ back in 3rd and fading fast.
Yeah, it's definitely tough there for KJ. Not able to do anything there. You said it's wrinkled up. Yep, definitely wrinkled up. And maybe some setup changes to these guys while they were down on pit road too. Maybe some air pressure adjustments. Not sure what they did, Phil. Maybe they did nothing down on pit road. And KJ tried something extreme to try to do something a little bit better. Doesn't look like it's doing very good for him.
I figured it out, Todd. I figured it out. Maybe his crew was eating ice cream and Busch beer.
That's disgusting, Phil. That's just two things you don't mix in life: beer and ice cream together. No way.
I'll tell you what else you don't mix in life: Phil and beer. That don't go together either. And I can't imagine. The thought
That's
of beer
because you don't
right
like
now,
hair on your chest, Phil.
What's that?
Because you don't like hair on your chest.
I don't like hair on my chest, son. I've got a wool coat
Oh,
on, fur
son.
coat on year round.
Oh, me son.
Year round. Fur coat.
You think he's older than me by a lot, but he's really not. Really not.
You know what?
That would be Jack down there. He can call us son. He has the right to call us son.
I don't know. Sometimes I guess we call him daddy, but I guess that's a whole other day and another topic, I guess. So he won't talk again. I'll tell you that much right now. But Brandon Hawkins leads over Denny Daniels. KJ has fallen now 3.5 seconds off the top two. Running back now in fourth, Robert Barkham. He's run up himself up to the fourth spot. And how about the run tonight for that 088 of Greg Lovell? Him and Nelly have a pretty dang good race going on for 5th and 6th right now. But how about old Greg Lovell, another fixed setup guy that we know for years? Good to see Greg having a good run. The Bills car, pretty solid. I wonder if a Steelers car up ahead of them, because that's how they're going to finish tomorrow night.
Yeah, he thinks that he definitely thinks so, but I think the Steelers car is right in the rearview mirror as the number 088 machine just motoring away. A fantastic run so far for Greg Lovell, and now you got the 37 of Denny Daniels peeking to the outside there, the number 99. Brandon Hawkins as Daniels trying to do something, but when he bowed out of line like that, Phil, it's like hitting the wall. The draft there it definitely made him mess up just a tad bit. About 2.5 car lengths now back of the 99 of Brandon Hawkins.
I'm going to tell you what, the 99's out in the lead. You got under 5 laps remaining now. I guess a little late to do predictions, but I tell you what, you give that 99 the lead late in a race, it's going to take, it'll take a meltdown of epic proportions for a guy like Brandon Hawkins to throw this race on right now. I don't want to say choke, but we've already seen a guy with a 2-lap lead choke one away today. I'm hoping Brandon will do the same thing. But yeah, I said it, a 2-lap lead. We saw that lost in Atlanta a little while ago.
Yeah, we definitely did see a 2-lap loss lead there at Atlanta for Josh Peacock to take down the victory there in our early session here on the Full Velocity Racing Network there in the iRacing side of things. But these guys in NASCAR 2003 definitely putting on a show. And definitely these guys stay out there and gut it out there. If they got wrecked cars, Phil, I've noticed that these guys just want to keep going around the speedway, able to be like the Ironman Award kind of ordeal.
That's right, because real racers still live out in NR 2003. I will tell you what, I've seen a lot of racing in iRacing. I know there's a lot of big characters, big names that really, really think they're really a lot of good. But I'll tell you what, real drivers, we still live over here in NR 2003 as well. A lot of guys have given up in this sim. It's still alive and well. I know people all the time we talk to in the iRacing side of life, Todd, say, that game really still exists and you guys still broadcast it. Yep, it lives well. We still do it in a big way. I see David Shin checked in on the Facebook Live chat saying, great job, guys. I hope old DC's doing well out there. The gang at ASR, happy holidays to all those guys. Long-time friend of ours as well. So, yeah, we're still here, and I think there's some really good races that live over here, including Brandon Hawkins, who next time by is going to see 2 to go for the starter stand. We're going Popsicles out here in Michigan.
Yeah, 2 to go here for the 99 of Brandon Hawkins, the 37 of Denny Daniels running that second spot. Trying a couple of different moves there, Phil. He's going to have to try everything he can, and he's not going to have to leave the kitchen sink in the trunk. He's going to have to throw that at him there, and that number 37 machine. So we'll see if he's going to have anything for him. He's going to have to show it here within the next couple of laps, guys. Just like we want to show you guys to show star donations out there, and let us know who you're going to pick to win this one.
I'm going to choose Brandon Hawkins because we're coming to the white flag next time around. And I believe the only thing resting between himself, maybe not winning this race, is if we rewind back to say, remember RC Pro-Am? You have that bullet left. Well, if Denny's got one more, you hit that A button, you shoot the car in front of him, make him go out of the way. I think that's the only hope that Denny Daniels has. But it's 5 car lengths. They're down the front straightaway. White flag in the air. One more trip around. 2 more miles. Can Brandon Hawkins take down yet another checker flag? I believe he won the first night out over here at Daytona with this group.
The RC program, that sounds familiar. We're going to
Oh,
have
it was
to
awesome.
talk a little bit about that because I think I remember it, but I don't know. I don't know if I actually remember it. But as we go down the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3, Brandon Hawken aboard the number 99 machine pulls her down into 3 and off of turn number 4, taking down the big W here. The Michigan International Speedway, the number 99 of Brandon Hawken. Second going to go to Denny Daniels. A good run for that number 37 machine. Third is going to go to, it looks like we're trying to get to the third spot. There,
KJ.
it looks like KJ Killajoe is going to be able to hold on to that. Robert Balcom going to finish up in that fourth spot. Fifth going to go to Nelly in the 103 machine. I know Greg Lavelle got to be happy with a sixth spot finish there. And that 088 machine is because he was struggling with the fixed setup here, or I should say the fixed setup, the open setup that he had earlier. Able to finish up in the sixth spot. Rich Craddock finished up seventh. Eighth will be the 96 machine of Chevy Chase. BSR Magoo going to finish up ninth. Steve Looney 10th. DJ Champ, Phil, as I thought he had something maybe in the bank, but 11th place spot for the number 91. Brian Wolf in the 29 finished up 12th. 13th beat Jimmy Dale. BSR Jimmy Dale in the 33. BSR Brain Fade in the 49 finished up 14th. Ryan Johnson 15th. 16th Silver Bullet Aussie Bill in the 021 finished up 17th. Brian Voiles 18th. 19th will be Manny Diaz. Then you got BSR Steven in the 510. 20th. 21st Ricky Johnson. Miller in the 86 going to finish up 22nd. I'm not sure who the rest of the field is there, Phil, because I hit the control button during that whole race, so I lost the rest of them.
All right, so yeah, I believe we have BSR Steven finishing up 20th, Ricky Johnson 21st, Andrew Miller 22nd, and Monty Keller going to be running out our 23-car field from the Michigan International Speedway. The big winner tonight, Brandon Hawken. We will talk to him. We'll talk to Denny Daniels. We'll talk to Kilojoules next on the post-race show presented by BladeNote.com. Coming up next, live on your source for esports racing. All right, let's do some post-race interviews. What do you say here? Race number 3, Bomb Squad Racing League Christmas Series complete. Brandon Hawken is the big winner, and he'll be down in BladeNote.com victory lane with our buddy Todd Stanton. We'll run down here. We'll talk about our second and third place finishers. Denny Daniels for second and first. We haven't talked to, well, feels like it's been months, but it's not been too long. We talked to the number 029, KJ Kilojoules. KJ, a third place run. Was there damage to that race car? You were up there at the top 2 all night long, and then that last pit stop, you faded. Looks like there was damage to the nose. That really killed the race car late in the run.
I don't think there was damage, Phil. It's just that last set of tires, I don't know what it was. It was the loosest it's been all night. And Brandon cleared that lap car, and I was trying to follow Brandon, and it jumped out on me like 3 times in a row, and I just kind of backed it down because I'd rather finish third than wreck the car.
A lot of green flag racing here tonight. A really competitive crowd. How'd the race car hold up over the course of this race here? You were really quick. Michigan open setup. You can run top. You can run the bottom. You guys really put one heck of a race on. Where'd your car like to be all night long?
Well, after the first 5 laps, I could run anywhere. It's just in the first 5 laps, it turned so good in the center, I was just hanging on to it. But I think me, Brandon, and Denny, we were all pretty equal. I think I was a little better the late part of the run. That one run where I got spun, I had to go to the back. I had to come all the way to the back, and I think I ran Denny down 4 seconds and got there. I burnt the tires off of it, and then we had that caution, and we were kind of just swapping spots from there.
Yeah, and you really had to rebound from that one nicely. That was a tough hit you hit there. Just hooked on the right rear, car coming off the wall. Nothing he could do, nothing you could do. But KJ, a third place run coming out here, having some fun with the BSRL guys. This has been a fun 3 races. What do you think we can expect going into next week?
Talladega is pretty much a crapshoot, so expect the big one, and expect a lot of chaos, and expect everybody trying to win. So you'll have friends to the last lap that has ever meant for himself.
I know it, buddy. Well, as always, awesome interview. Awesome job here tonight. As we typically do, let me give you the microphone one more time out here on Full Velocity. We're live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Now you have a lot of people out there to thank, so take the floor away and give all those normal thank yous you got out there. Don't forget the wife either, or the girlfriend.
Yeah, my wife's sitting there watching the field. She's
That's
watching
right.
it on the big screen. So yeah. Thanks to the wife for watching. I hope I don't forget everybody here. I want to thank all you guys in the booth at Full Velocity Racing for putting the race on. Also want to thank Brian Voles and Voles Trucking, all the other admins at BSR for putting this race on, this little mini series. And I also want to give, I think we got like a new sponsor. Brian Wolf is Fluid Films. He does little races, little videos for us for the league now. Good win to Brandon for that race. That was a really good race there, top three. We're all pretty much even right there. Also want to give a shout out to everybody watching. Appreciate y'all watching. That makes it fun going back, watching the comments and everything.
Oh, it sure does. Makes a really good thing go around for us. So you have it, folks, from Descend to Pit Road, the number 029 of KJ Kilojoules. Third place run here tonight in Michigan. Let's let him get back to his team, and we'll walk a little bit further down here. And it has really been a while since I pulled the name Denny Daniels into our chat room. So let's see what the 37 car has to think. Denny Daniels, man, what a fast car you had. Quick time tonight. On the short run, man, that car was a rocket. How'd that car get so fast, man? Terrific bullet you had.
Well, I made a few changes just for the start of the race. In the practice, I was having trouble holding the speed off the corner, so I don't know. Maybe some of them changes give me ended up working for the better for me. I was good on restarts, but I knew the guys would run me down at the end because they starting looser than that. I knew I'd get run down at the end, but hopefully my changes and my setup, the changes to the last run, hopefully I was hoping that would keep me out front, and all but one.
Hey, all but one. Second time. I would take a second around guys like Brandon and KJ any day of the week. Those are two of the absolute best in open setup racing. That qualifying lap you put down, a 4:37, man, you beat the field in qualifying by just about a tenth of a lap. Now, I know qualifying are a whole way different than race setups. I know you said you built your stuff to be really stable early. Did that really help you in qualifying as well, putting down that? Because that big, I couldn't believe the lap time you put down.
Yeah, well, I worked on that, but yeah, I think there's a fine line between getting it loose, but then you go too far, you jump that line, and you get too loose, and it ends up hurting you in the long run, even on a short run for the Q setup. So I just try to hit a happy medium there, and I did hit that pretty good. I think my best time in practice was like I did a 399, I think, in practice, but I was never able to match that. But 399, 4.0, 40, that's pretty good.
Sure was a hell of a lap indeed. A hell of a run here tonight, Denny. A second place run here at Michigan. I know you got a lot of loyal fans and supporters and followers to help make that car go fast as well, my friend. So take the mic from me one more time. Get all those great people out there watching a shout out to help you make this thing go so quick.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Brian and all the guys here at BCR that have taken me in and let me come up here and run this. Them guys do a great job. I want to thank them for putting this on. I want to thank my wife for allowing me to do this. It's just something for me to do during the day. Been off on disability from my cancer surgery about 2-3 years ago. I forget what it was, 3-4 years ago now. So it gives me something to do during the day, and I just want to give a shout out to her for allowing me to do it.
All right. Well, good to hear the voice again, ladies and gentlemen. Denny Daniels, second place tonight here in Michigan. We'll let him get back down there and, reapply or apply some new changes because he was quick tonight, Todd, but the guy who was even quicker ends up at victory lane tonight. And that, of course, the driver of the 99, Brandon Hawken, who was Down at BladeNote.com, Victory Lane with Todd.
Down here in BladeNote.com, Victory Lane, with the driver of the number 99, Brandon Hawken, was going through and just cheering on Randy Coleman was out there cheering on Brandon. There was probably some of his other running mates out there, but Brandon, definitely a fantastic race for that number 99 machine. Looked like you had what it took there, especially in the long green flag run that you had there. You were able to chase down Denny Daniels, and this time able to capture it and stay out front and able to keep those guys at bay. But man, what a race! Tell us about it.
Well, thank you. Man, that was a heck of a battle for sure. Yeah, during that first long green flag run, it got held up a little bit, but luckily I had a bit of draft from behind and was able to get back up there. But man, that was during the last I don't know how many laps, like 40 or something laps. It was yeah, that was amazing by Denny, KJ, Robert, Rick. Man, that was a lot of fun for sure.
Well, it definitely looked like a lot of fun out there, Brandon. Open setup's a different build than what probably Phil and I are used to. Obviously, we don't go out and open setup racing quite a bit. Not a lot, not enough, anyways, for that matter. But definitely different to see you guys. You were able to tweak things. Was there anything that you were tweaking during any of those pit stops that you had out there, Brandon, or were you pretty much set at the beginning of this race?
Fortunately, I felt pretty good, so I just kind of left it alone. I didn't really want to mess with anything, just in case I mess something up. But yeah, car felt really balanced. It was a little bit on edge at the start, but as the run went on, it got better. So, yeah, it was. I felt really nice in the long run, and yeah, I think that was maybe part of the reason we were able to come home with the victory today. That was had a long green flag run at the end, and yeah, that was of course the amazing battle with Denny there. He did a really good job.
They definitely set a firing pace there for the pole position here tonight, but you were able to get around him, stay around him, and definitely a great race between you two and throw KJ into the mix too. You guys were having fantastic three-way battle for the race lead. It seemed like there were different setups, different driving styles up there, Brandon, but it definitely matured into a great race.
Oh, for sure it did. Yeah, I think yeah, we all took our approaches to the corner a little bit differently, but that's the beauty about open setup. You can change the setup to what you need and adjust it to your driving style. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'll definitely picking up a win here tonight. Gotta have a lot of people out there you want to thank there, Brandon. I know a lot of your guys watching there from Fast. You normally run over to Fast, but I'm going to give you the microphone one last time. You can thank whoever you'd like to thank here tonight.
Well, I'd like to say hey to Randall and everybody in the chat. That was it's cool he's watching. Yeah, just like to thank all my competitors, Voiles Trucking, for the series. Same with BSR, you guys for the broadcast, and that's about it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the big W here tonight on the Full Velocity Racing Network. The driver of the number 99 machine, Phil, Brandon Hawken, taking down a big victory once again. We saw him win a championship not too long ago. Now he backs it up with a victory, man. Open setup's just his thing, I guess.
Well, I tell you why I said it Wednesday night. If you had to do a power rankings of the absolute best open setup races right now, and I love KJ, one of our buddies, but I put Brandon Hawken number one on that list. You put that guy toe-to-toe with any NR racer out there, open setup. I don't care what league they come from, and I consider them all a friend. I think this guy right there, number one, has had a really good week and takes down yet another checkered flag here this evening. This one at Michigan, and that'll do it for race number 3 here. Bomb Squad Racing League 4-race Christmas Spectacular Series, which comes to its conclusion next Saturday night already at the Talladega Super Speedway. We'll be there. We hope you are too. So on behalf of everybody here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, Jack Truman, Todd Stanton, Ron Piles, all the great sponsors behind us like Hannibal Record Service, iRacing, iFlag.com. Of course, we can't thank Brian and Kathy Voiles of Voiles Trucking enough as well. Got to thank also JMax Journeys, BladeNote.com, the South Texas Speedway, Milner Media and Design, TDR Racing League, Team Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, and of course JP Designs. For all the gang over here at Bomb Squad Racing League, we'll see you next time here live at the Talladega Super Speedway.